catalyst, rattling, never hazardous. Subdued by all my memories, but never been a pacifist. So quick to put up the fist, it's hard to resist, but I just might lose control. So shoot, and I never do miss. I gotta take risk if I wanna have it all. So let go of the poison, the venom. I'm sinning. The voices are spinning with the visions all written. Got the pictures of my prophecy, develop my philosophy. Woke up in the morning, told the world to get back off of me. Yeah, and still the nightmares creeping up at night. I'm a fragment in the mirror, seeing black and white. Like who is me and who is gonna take me over? My soul is my soul in the eyes of the beholder. Yeah, and now there's darkness in the chaos. Try to see the light, hope the positives will pay off. Ain't no time for stressing when the time is of this essence. Take these two fists and swing them back into your direction. Woo! Cause that's the way I got it. And don't the sound of doom always sound so melodic. Looking to the future, know the end is coming near. Even though I'm standing tall in the face of all this fear. Clear vision, serving life like a sentence. Gotta stay strong, that's the reason I'm so vicious. A barking dog, take it all, never fall. You ringing for the champ, and I'm the one who get the call. So let me tell you a little something about this life. You can commit to the game and you can commit to fight. But the thing is that with every passing of the night, nobody actually makes it out of this world alive. So what you gotta do is put your powers to the test. Time is passing, so you better spend your time the best. So who you gonna be when the reaper come knocking? Actions speak louder than words, so stop talking. Yeah, so watch me break out of this cage. I fight now, I won't change. Yeah, and it's the passing of the days. So get back and just get up out my way. Yeah, so watch me break out of this cage. I fight now, I won't change. Yeah, and it's the passing of the days. So get back and just get up out my way. Woo! Chemical catalyst, rattling, never hazardous. Subdued by all my memories, but never been a pacifist. So quick to put up the fist, it's hard to resist, but I just might lose control. So shoot, and I never do miss. I gotta take risk if I wanna have it all. So let go of the poison, the venom. I'm sinning. The voices are spinning with the visions all written. Got the pictures of my prophecy, develop my philosophy. Woke up in the morning, told the world to get back off of me. Yeah, and still the nightmares creeping up at night. I'm a fragment in the mirror, seeing black and white. Like who is me and who is gonna take me over? My soul is my soul in the eyes of the beholder. Yeah, and now there's darkness in the chaos. Try to see the light, hope the positives will pay off. Ain't no time for stressing when the time is of this essence. Take these two fists and swing them back into your direction. Woo! Cause that's the way I got it. And don't the sound of doom always sound so melodic. Looking to the future, know the end is coming near. Even though I'm standing tall in the face of all this fear. Clear vision, serving life like a sentence. Gotta stay strong, that's the reason I'm so vicious. A barking dog, take it all, never fall. You ringing for the champ, and I'm the one who get the call. So let me tell you a little something about this life. You can commit to...
What's going on, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of the official CPT pre-show, No Neutral. I am Hollywood, Rob TV, and I am joined here with my brother from another, one of the FGC's favorite sons, when we not taking his video titles wrong and everything, Brian F. What's going on, bro?
You just had to throw that bit in there, did you, Rob? I'm chilling out here, you know, sitting in my luxurious room here. I see you stepped yours up. I don't know what's going on there. I'm renovating in the meantime, but you got your bells and whistles all in a row there, looking snazzy.
Thanks,
like
brother. Thanks, brother.
Premium content creator. But that said, we have a lot of big topics coming your way today. But before we get into that, let's of course give a big shout outs to our fans and supporters over in Japan. And thank you, Capcom Fighters Japan, for always bringing No Neutral over to the Japanese audience. We appreciate it always. That said, big topic. Let's talk about it a little bit. This one caused a little bit of debate, controversy, depending on how you look at it. And it all stemmed from one of our recent Street Fighter League USA episodes starring, you know, gotta rep them, some CLG action versus Panda. And it started off kind of like any other Street Fighter League action. We had the Team CLG doing pretty good against Panda in the opening bouts. We had, you know, Kami went down to Just a Kid. Then JB fell to Samurai, so it came all down to the final captain set for the potential tie match, you know, the 20 points for the title match there. First of three, Punk versus Chris CCH. And that's where things took a left turn, a right turn. I don't know, it depends on how you look at it.
it was left. It was right for me because I enjoyed it and it was entertaining to say. But it definitely went left. Like, man. So out the gate, we had the Luke mirror. It started off looking like it was a bit rocky for Punk. CLG was excited, you know, a whole lot of energy over there. And then as my man Punk started to turn it around, oh my gosh, the dark Sith Lord just came up out of him. We've seen this time and time again, and it seemed like it was same old song, you know, same old story. Punk talks a whole lot of trash, smokes his opponent, and, you know, roll credits. But at that point, after Punk beat Chris CCH, it wasn't just the norm. He gets up. He knows that now there's a tiebreaker. At this point, so that anybody doesn't know, it's a 1-to-1. You can send up anyone from either team. Obviously, Punk is on fire right now. He's going to stay up there. And it's like, okay, is Chris CCH going to have a run back? Punk goes and talks trash to them. I don't even know if y'all can hear this on the camera, but we
heard a lot of it. Yeah, we heard Punk saying, "Who are you gonna send up? You're all free." Like
he can't beat me.
It wasn't just Chris. I mean, he was bringing it to the whole team, man. He's just one by one. Who are you gonna send up to fight me? And honestly, you know, in that position, that trash talk is valuable, I think, because there's a hint of truth to it, right? Look at any record of Punk versus any of those players, like right, like Punk is he's not his bark isn't hollow. Right? Yeah. There's some truth to what he's saying. And then there was a surprise pick there.
Yeah, so my man Samurai steps up to the plate, and I mean his energy was so, I don't know, man, maybe it's hindsight bias, but now I feel like
I think I saw the leaves rustling in the wind a little bit. You know, the air got a little more heavy, like something was happening. I don't know what was going on there. The first thing Samurai does is his classic meditation, right? So I'm watching this live, and to me, Punk is like the kinetic energy monster, right? Because we've seen it so often in Street Fighter League where he's a little more reserved and maybe even timid, I would almost say, which is rare for Punk in the beginning of these sets. But the moment he starts latching onto a hint of weakness and starts getting those wins and the momentum builds, that freight train starts going and his ego is just going off, man. Like you can just feel the ego just building, and he starts talking more and more smack, and it's infinite energy. But Samurai, he's the infinite nothingness, right? He's there, he's meditating, he wants his mind blank. So it's like infinite energy versus infinite nothingness, the black hole versus the supernova, and they both clash in this moment. Of course, Samurai's meditating. First thing he does is ignore Punk for a good 5 seconds.
Fist bump?
It was 5 to 10 seconds, stare there for the fist bump. He was legitimately meditating, I believe, and just didn't see it. But that's how it starts off. So you know it's a clash of two different styles and philosophies here.
Yeah, and Samurai, you know, you see how we built them up, so you know how this had to go. Samurai ended up winning the Luke Mirror, super clutch performance. But what was really wild is the way he popped off after. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. I don't think they ain't catch everything on that audio on that camera. Samurai was, look, Mikey, I'm not about to sit here and lie for these people, bro. Samurai was using profanity, Brian. He was
Samurai.
Oh, I promise you, I swear to goodness.
I don't eat donuts before tournament, Samurai.
F this, F that. Da, 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 da. Like, I swear to God, no one has ever seen Samurai like this. I don't know if his family has ever seen him like this. And, you know, he's wilding out. He's, you know, pointing and, you know, swearing and just a super high energy. He goes over to all the CLG teammates, you know, giving them a high five. Boom. He says this on each one. Boom, boom, boom on each high five that he does with his teammates. It was so godlike, bro. And then,
oh my goodness,
you know, I had the honor of being in the presence of his greatness after that for the post-match interview.
I mean, it was emotional. I mean, he damn near cried right there on the stage, and it became a discussion point for him because Samurai is, or I believe he was previously, a teacher as his day trade, right? So, you know, a lot of your favorite FGC people, they do stuff in the real world. Samurai is a teacher, so he mentioned how he saw personally bullying in real life and how it affects kids and how it can affect people in the real life, and it's something that's near and dear to his heart. So what he perceived is that sometimes actions from certain people, namely his opponent there, Punk, sometimes veer away from maybe being banter and trash talk into the territory of bullying, and that's something that he personally did not think was correct. And I think he phrased it well, where he just basically said it doesn't feel right. You know, it's one of those gut feelings where sometimes you don't necessarily have the eloquence or the correct way to objectively define something. But when something doesn't feel right to you, you make a stand against it. And unfortunately, history is written by the winner. So to make a stand against something that's wrong in the FGC, you have to be number one. So maybe for a while the bully was number one, and then Samurai had to go ahead and defend Chris CCH, who he felt was being maybe a little bit too hard on. I don't know. And then get the W and stand up for his friends. And I guess that's kind of started the discussion of like trash talk versus banter versus bullying. Like, where are the lines? Like, what do we value? Or is there such a thing as too far? And what is that? And I mean, it's a very contentious debate because everyone's going to have their own line, right?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a few of us may have, like, I feel like I've gone over the line one time, I would say.
Okay.
Why are you laughing at that? Hold on. Why is that funny?
Because I mean, like I said, it depends on the person. How many? We can ask a few people.
You think I'm a habitual line stepper? You think I'm a habitual line stepper?
Maybe not a habitual line stepper, but you find where the line is.
Yeah, I think I usually ride it. I usually ride the line perfectly. And then the one time with Rush Down, it was like a little far. Just one of the comments or two in that little rant, even though it's legendary. But and Punk is someone who definitely, I say, the habitual line stepper, but he's also the most entertaining player on a lot of these shows because of that, man. He brings a lot of the energy and stuff like that. He
delivers with the results usually. That's another thing to keep in mind. He backs it up.
I gotta say, I don't think that this case was bullying. Just real quick before we get deeper into the topic, we need
context for the Punk Chris CCH match as well. Right?
You know what? Okay, actually, yeah. There's
we
should
make sure.
Okay, never mind.
We should discuss that a little bit also. Like the reason why Punk is always going to be animated in a match where we've seen it where it's someone who actually is a threat. Let's be real. Someone who's beaten him in the past, or someone who is potentially, an equal or sometimes superior in his results and skills. Right? We see it when it comes out when he plays IDOM, even when he plays people like Mena, who's gotten wins over him in the past, and then Chris CCH is who eliminated Punk from Evo, right? In the Luke matchup, there was something personal here, right? There was in his trash talk, he was mentioning, oh, you won at Evo, but now we're here, Street Fighter League. He mentioned that plenty of times, right? Like he's acting like, oh, that victory that doesn't count. Here's the real one, right? So there was a bit of like personal fire to it. So it's not like Punk doesn't like just pick on people who aren't at least approaching his size, I would say, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, Punk is larger than life in the Street Fighter scene. Let's be real. There is no one who is as...
So you said it's hard for him not to be punching down.
It's very difficult for Punk not to be punching down.
I don't look at Chris ECH. Anybody that's like, I don't look at anyone like Chris ECH.
Exactly.
I don't think that's punching down.
Right, because Chris CCH has a win over Punk, right, at Evo. That's a big win, right? So that's what I'm saying. Chris CCH is approaching that scale where it's like, maybe it's punching down a little bit, but it's not like he's trash-talking a brand newcomer to the scene who is like, oh, my first tournament. Hope everyone's nice to me.
I think that everything that he was saying in this case seemed to be all in game. It was... like you said, that evil stuff ain't this. Who you gonna send up there? They can't beat me, so on and so forth.
Right.
All of that is, man, that's energy. That's all in game. To me, when it comes to what's going over the line, is if it's to threaten someone like outside of the game, obviously. If it's to speak on someone's appearance,
sure.
It's too far. Things like that. But I don't know, man. I feel like in the end of the day, this is a competitive field. It's interesting because I feel like the thing is in professional sports, a lot of times it's everyone is 18 and up. Mm-hmm. It's a little weird how we have competition, but you got people who are 30, 40, 28,
right.
And then people who are Endon Walker, 16 years old. So it's rough to find that perfect balance. But I do feel like if you're doing this, you're in a grown man's game.
And I agree that to an extent, because I think the thing that I really value when it comes to trash talk is making sure it's amongst people who are... You're all fighting for the same weight class. You get what I'm saying? Like, and to me, that's in the FGC because we're such a mix of different people, and we're not. I almost agree with you. Like, to me, first of all, trash talk is a legitimate competitive tactic in the fact that it does mentally break down your opponents, right? So, like, I think some people see this and go, it's all fun, and I have to disagree with that. This is not just fun. Trash talk exists to strategically break down the mental capacity of your opponent, apply pressure, make them stressed, and make them perform worse so that you can win.
And just to
it's
boost
outside
yourself
of the game. And it can boost yourself up. It's a psychological tactic. So I think a lot of people see this, oh, it's just fun. I'm like, kind of, but it's not just fun. This is a legitimate tactic, right? Whether you respect it or not, that's your own personal call, right? For example, I personally don't, I'm not really like a trash talking person usually, unless it's like banter between two people who are wink, wink, nudge, nudge, we're having fun together, right? That's kind of my personal line, but that's not everyone's personal line. And
that's my personal line too, Brian.
Yeah, you're sure. Everyone's always in on it together. Honestly, I was gonna bring up your example. You and Mena, Combo Breaker, both of you, that's banter. You're trash talking, but both of you are in it together. You're having fun. You're in the know. Punk, it's not banter, it's trash talk, because he does it to people who aren't actively trying to engage in trash talk back. They're not on that wavelength with them, right? He's trying to trash talk, so it's a tactic. So I don't think comparing us to professional sports is always good, because first of all, we're not making the same money. Let's be real. We're not salaried in the league.
Speak for yourself, Brian.
We're not salaried in the league. We're not. So I agree that sometimes we're on the same weight class, but to me, I really think that like if you're in a professional sport where you're a career professional sport and you're playing each other all the time and you're in a league, I think trash talking makes more sense. But a lot of us are hobbyists. So I also feel like sometimes there's a threat of going too far to people.
Disrespecting these competitors, Brian. I'm so tired of that. Listen, just because, now that's one thing. I feel like for years, and we want to go deep into that, but like, what makes a pro player? Hey man. These people who are like serious tournament threat level players, like, they're not just hobbyists. They're taking it dead ass serious. So it's their own.
I feel like disagree with that. I mean, they take it serious to a degree, but what I'm saying is if they stop playing today, they have their day jobs to go back. So it's no skin off their back. I think that's a reality.
Some of them.
Yeah, and the ones that's what I'm saying. Exactly. Pick your I think that to me, people would not.
Okay, what if somebody else throws the first stone?
Yes.
Like, what if it's okay?
So
okay, cool.
Exactly. I'm saying, because at the end of the day, whether you like it or not, it's entertaining. Like I personally don't agree always with Punk's trash talking, but I cannot deny that it is entertaining.
You watch every single time.
It stirs up the controversy.
Yep.
It gets people engaged, people comment, people watch, and at the end of the day, it can be a good thing, right? So where it goes too far is if it starts actually pushing people out of the scene. That's always like the tightrope we walk. If you're actually bullying and then pulling people away from the scene, that's a problem. But if you're riding the line carefully, which is tough to do.
When you're riding the line, you get Midwest versus West Coast. And I feel like that's the perfect, you know what I'm saying?
I
That
agree.
right there.
I agree.
Like, I think that's we both in on it. It's fun, but we also seriously got pride on the line, you know. But yeah, shout out to Samurai for his amazing victory. Shout out to Punk for his
shout out to Punk, man. I do want to be clear.
Pop off.
I do want to be clear that at the end of the day, Punk, he brings the views. He makes it hype. Like, the only reason we had that Samurai pop-off feel that good is because we had the contrast to Punk being the villain in that moment, right?
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. If there was no trash talk, there would be no pop-off, there would be no hype. So I cannot deny that. No one, no matter how you felt about that moment, about others' behavior, you cannot deny that it was exciting, right? At the end of the day.
But okay, hopefully I don't get bullied too much in this next topic, Brian, because what we are going to talk about is none other than execution. Does execution actually add to player expression? Yeah, bro, I think that you're entirely wrong. I don't think execution. I don't believe higher execution adds to player expression, especially if it leads to like optimal combos. But before we get to specifics, can you lay out for the people so nobody gets you wrong? What is your stance on this?
Yeah, I think this is it's a sensitive topic for me and for many people, because I feel like, I don't know, something about game design gets people riled up, the way things should be. But at the end of the day, we play the games as they are and do our best with them, right? To me, I think there's a big debate around what is player expression versus a skill check or like a skill gap, for example. And execution in fighting games, to me, fighting games have always been a physical game, right? Like there's pure strategy, then there's pure athleticism, right? To me, fighting games are strategy with a bit of athleticism. Classic example, Shoryuken versus Crouching Fierce, right? Why do we have to execute
can we just
a
use
Shoryuken
can we just use the
Crouching
word
Fierce?
dexterity instead of athleticism? Because that just sounds crazy to me.
Sure, dexterity. But like Shoryuken versus the Crouching Fierce, right? Why do we have to execute a kind of like a Z motion to do a Shoryuken versus Crouching Fierce? Well, Crouching Fierce, easier one button, you anti-air that angle, but it's slower, doesn't have invincibility, you can't auto-correct it the other way, maybe less damage, not a knockdown. You know, so many other drawbacks, but a DP, you do a DP motion, then you get more reward and has more possibility, but at the risk of potentially missing the motion because you have to spend time executing the motion, right? Classic example of some reason why we have some of these inputs in fighting games. I think taken to the extreme extent is where people get more contentious and have more debates when it comes to combos, right? To me, I think that when people master combo systems, and combo systems allow for a lot of variability in the combo routes that you can choose, and if some of these routes lead to different optimization, such as maybe some routes lead to Oki, some routes lead to more meter builds, some routes lead to side switching, some routes lead to more damage, and maybe some routes lead to all of those combined. If you have a complex system that allows for choosing between many options, including options that may be more difficult to execute than others, then you are enabling player expression because people can choose these options, even if they have less reward, more reward, doesn't matter, but it allows for variability so that you can be able to express yourself through the art of a combo. I think there is player expression in the art of a combo, and I think we have plenty of examples of players that do that across multiple Street Fighter titles, and I'm still not sure how this is a debate.
Okay, so do you think that would you prefer them to add more like higher execution in future games?
Well, I think they've already done that, right? Like that's one thing that draws me to Oro specifically. Like I played Balrog, right? Both in Street Fighter 4 and 5. And I think in Street Fighter 4, Rog was a great character of this, what I'm talking about. He had very easy combos, and you could do those easy combos, but if you wanted to risk dropping a combo and go for more damage or spend resources at the risk of like just not getting anything, you could opt for those routes if you so choose, but they had risk involved. Oro's kind of similar in that you can do certain loops and stuff with him. He has some advanced techniques that are difficult to execute, but you don't need to do them. But if you so choose to try to style on your opponent, you can also do those. And some of them aren't even optimal. They're just like silly combos, but they require a lot of situational awareness and sometimes execution with the charge mechanics that he has and the stand meeting kick. Is complex stuff. He lets you do some saucy combos if you invest the time into him, right? That's what got me away from Balrog in Street Fighter V, because Balrog is very linear and doesn't really have as many combo varieties and nothing really hard to execute. But I feel like with Oro, I can spend time in training mode and practice these combos, practice these routes and everything, and I feel very fulfilled and have a lot of fun doing that. And I'm allowed to do unique things with the character that allows me to express myself in the game. So I think that already exists in Street Fighter V.
You have never expressed yourself through a higher execution combo. Not one time in the history of you playing fighting games since you first picked up a damn controller. You know what I'm saying, Brian? That's a flex just to pick that up, I know. But anyway, never have you been able to express yourself through that, because how? What it is the decision making. You know what you said that made sense, Brian? Out of that whole diatribe that you just spewed out of your mouth, the one thing that made sense to me was when you said when you choose between damage and Oki and corner carry and so on and so forth. That all makes sense. Why? Because it is decision making. That is where self-expression, player expression.
Yeah, but if I choose to do a combo, part of the decision making is I might drop this combo, so that factors into my decision making. That's 100% a decision.
So I know you're saying like, what if there's some, like you can go for more corner carry, but it takes higher execution. Yes. I say, right now, and I get what you're saying. The whole reason that we even have the modern control system in Street Fighter 6, for example, that tries to ease people in. We don't need to make, I know we're hardcore, we love fighting games, we've been doing this for years. We do not need to make this stuff even harder to get into.
But that doesn't make it harder to get into.
A lot of people, hold on, man. Can I get? I've never been so patient in my life. Can I? Go ahead.
God.
Go ahead,
Cap.
Can I get my stuff off?
Go.
Okay. Now listen, Brian, it's not Cap, because we have to accept something, bro. Fighting games are not the easiest thing in the world. They're just not. They're not the easiest game genre I've ever gotten into. To get to a competent level in a shooter versus in a fighting game, yes, it's definitely harder in the fighting game. Okay, you agree. So I'm saying we don't need to add.
You're arguing a point that doesn't exist.
Okay,
they don't need to do the hard combos.
I know the point that you're getting at. Okay, even at high levels of play, it does not add to character expression. I mean, to player expression. If you want to do that stuff, I'm fine. Add this higher execution. I know you didn't say one frame links in this case, but that's one example of what it could be. One frame links or things like that I'm against. I feel like in those situations, just make sure none of them lead to anything optimal. Because if it's only for player expression, I just want to do this combo because
but why can't you have the forbidden fruit for those who choose to reach for those heights?
I just want to do this combo because it's hard. That's all. To express myself, I don't need more damage. All I need to do is I'm just showing people I'm boxing with one hand behind my back. I'm playing the thing with one hand. I am showing you I'm going to do this long, unnecessary godlike combo
that's extremely hard to do. There's a technique that's extremely hard to do, but the risk of messing up the technique is death. But the gain from executing the technique is slightly more damage. Does that not express that I'm not scared and that establishes I'm that clean with it? That when you see your opponent doing that, then they go, oh, like he's able, you got those? That's a common phrase. You got those? That's a common phrase in the FGC.
I know what you're talking about.
To acknowledge and respect someone's execution or effectiveness with the technique in a fighting game. You got those. It's been around for a long time. You're telling me that the players who go for those more optimal combos, they're not showing something about their character?
About how they are as a person.
Yeah, it tells me that they practice religiously, that they grind. To me, this is just a degree of levels, because people look back at an old system and go, oh, all the combos were way too hard. We should never bring back hard combos. And that's not what I'm saying. I love the fact that there's easy combos so that you can get so you can focus on playing the strategy game and not stress too much about combos. I think that's a great thing. I think Street Fighter V did many good things for that, right? Especially like punishes. I think punishes, if something's -3, I should punish with a 3 frame and not have to worry about dropping it, right? Like, I thought that was a great change to Street Fighter V. However, I just think that if they add more options, not take away options, not make the current options, imagine the same game right now, nothing taken away, they just add more options, which are gatekept via some level of execution.
If it's optimal, it's not player expression. If it's optimal, it's not player expression. Because you're doing the best thing.
Cover the characters' names. I see Sako's Manat. I know it's Sako because he's doing things that no other Manats can execute. When I look at Smug's Dudley in Street Fighter 4, I know it's Smug because he's doing things that no one else executes. I can just tell. When I can just look at certain players or look at certain players' gameplays, and I can tell
breaking his damn fingers to do Dudley Dudley combos.
I can see it in the game. I can see it in the gameplay. Why is this? How is this? I'm so confused. How is this the debate? I can see them.
I don't see how you don't see how it is, brother. Like, you're literally saying that combo execution, if it's going for the optimal combo, you are playing the game optimally. I'm trying to do the best thing that I can do.
What I'm saying is, what I'm saying is a system that allows you to have complex combos, which some are harder and some are not. Usually it leads to variety because only certain players will opt to go for the hard combos, especially if there's risk involved in them. So therefore, it's a decision. Decisions, I agree with you, decisions are what make player expression. A decision to do a combo route is a decision. And I think that's the part that I think
let's see who's better. To me, let's see who's better at fighting games. Strategy, neutral, you know what I mean? Adaptation. The fun part, the most interesting part that makes us all, including Brian, love fighting games is that rock, paper, scissors, those reads, the breakdowns, the downloading, the adjustments.
For you, no, I picked up fighting games because I like the combos. There's a guitar back there. Before Street Fighter, I used to be a normal person and my hobby was playing music, okay? I started playing Street Fighter 4 once I realized that the combo system was a rhythm game, and that's what got me interested in the game.
But it is rhythm no matter what.
Okay.
But you're saying the higher it is, the more...
Yes, literally the execution in Street Fighter 4 is what got me interested in the game. So I feel like when people deny that this exists, they're denying a large pool of players that enjoy that aspect. I agree with you about lowering the skill floor, make it easier to get into, but that does not mean the ceiling cannot be open.
Well, as far as the ceiling, what I'm saying, as far as at the ceiling, most of us are not the guitar person that wants to. That's not dope.
But
bro.
it's just
Like,
it's just another avenue for player expression. And I agree, certain games value that more than others. Certain people value that more than others. It's just another
Can I ask you a question?
of a thing to value.
Do you think one of these have more player expression? Execution versus Ume Flash Kick.
I think Ume Flash Kick probably most situations is more player expression.
Probably.
But what I'm saying is to say that execution never offers player expression is wrong. You can say it offers a tiny amount, sure. But to say it never offers player expression is wrong.
Well, that's cool. Okay, I personally think if it's, and that's where, so we can progress it, I would feel you if it was not for an optimal combo. When the combo does equal damage, I don't think, how could you say, how is this a debate? How is this part of the debate? If the combo does not even do as much damage, or it does equal damage to something you could have done easier, that's even more badass. Because you're just doing it just to do it, just to show you that nice.
It's reset point. You land the hits. You see the hit. You have to convert it. You have the choice to go for the max damage combo, which will lead to the kill right then. However, it is littered with high execution moments, high risk of dropping it, but you decide to make that decision. Or you can opt to go for an easier route, which will let them live, and therefore there's another guessing situation where you could potentially lose the round.
Yeah, that's an L. That's a bad fighting game.
That's Street Fighter 4.
That part of it is bad.
That's Momochi versus Daigo at Stunfest 2015. 1.5 million views. 1.5 million views. The most replayed section is 2015 Daigo versus Momochi. He goes for the evil Ryu combo. He lands the one frame links. The crowd pops off. The commentators, Logan and F-Word, are sitting there. Wow. For Daigo to show that he can do that combo right on this situation is not only just showing how dominant he's in the set, but it's mentally cracking Momochi. The whole moment, 1.5 million views on YouTube, is because Daigo went for the hard combo in that situation when he could have potentially dropped it, and instead established, I'm here to play, reset bracket, win the tournament.
That's one of the greatest matches. That's one of the greatest matches in Street Fighter history.
And part of it is great because he went. Part of it is great because he went for the high execution moment. I don't see how that can be argued. You can feel the energy when you watch it. If it was an easy combo, the moment he got the stun, no one would be getting hyped because they know he's dead.
Why are you against making it just do the same damage and stuff?
Because to me, I also think the enticement of getting more reward for the risk, that is such a thrill. I love when I squeeze out 5 more damage and do something significantly harder. Then you can look at another Oro, he wouldn't have the balls to do what I did right there. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, straight up. I feel like we agree at the end of the day. I don't even disagree with anything you're saying. I just like stylish combos that do big damage. What can I say?
And I acknowledge and love the fact that you, like me, are a fighting game aficionado, and we are, super fans of all this stuff, and we are hardcore, right? But in the end of the day, I don't think that adds a whole lot to. So it's a drop in the bucket, I guess, in the end of the day. Like, okay, cool, it's a drop in the bucket though.
It's just another way to have fun. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, look, what might sound crazy? I think the costume you choose is more player expression than doing a high execution combo. Do you agree? We have day 1 of CPT EU East coming up at you right now. Brian, I'm right.
Hey, welcome to the Capcom Pro Tour. We're going to be looking at Europe East today. My name is Ultra David, and with me here is Jake Ryan. We're going to be walking you through it and talking you through it. How are you feeling about this?
Pretty good, but now I'm more concerned about what your name was yesterday. If your name today was Ultra David, was it just Super David before? Maybe in 09 it was just David?
It's been Davey G. It's been things I probably can't say on the internet, but it's been all sorts of stuff all over the years. For today, it's Ultra David. Thanks a lot again for joining us. We're going to be taking a look at action again in Europe East. This is a region that is a storied region. We have had a lot of strong players from this place over the years. We have a lot of great character variety for you today specifically. We have a lot of different countries represented in this tournament as well. It's going to be a lot of fun to take a look at.
Yeah, not a single repeat in the bracket so far. Yeah. If our notes are correct, sometimes we don't take the most accurate notes. Can't read what I wrote down, but I don't see any Lukes as well, and diversity is what's so amazing across the world for the Capcom Pro Tour. We see different champions from different regions come forward with different warriors of the world. So always exciting to see how everyone has to offer, especially in the second to last CPT event that we have before the World Warrior events finish up, the LCQ, and ultimately the Capcom Pro Tour Finals. It's going to be plus Ultra David soon, I guess. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Thanks,
just
everybody.
add more like a plus minus sign.
Just keep going on down
Greater
there,
than David?
Let me know what else you got. I'd love to know what my next Steam name should be, which is never survives more than a couple of weeks until the next one comes. So please let me know. Yeah, again, as you mentioned, we are, of course, trying to get qualification for Capcom Cup, details on which were recently announced.
Oh, yeah.
Will be taking place here in Southern California. But again, we will have players from all over the world, and that's part of what we're trying to do today. As far as what the players are going to be playing for, we have the prizing in addition to that. And here is a look at that.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, we know that Hollywood is going to be hosting.
Hollywood. The actual Hollywood.
The actual Hollywood, not the Rob T. He actually, no, he is Hollywood now. For
real. Oh, yeah.
Sort of. I mean, yeah, you need a good amount of money to survive in Hollywood. And $5,000 in the prize pot, you know, if you get that first plate, you're going to be eating pretty good while you're here for the Capcom Pro Tour. And that is also one of the prizes as well. First place gets that ticket. They book their ticket to the finals, and you want that opportunity to do so and spend that cash, and you've earned it. So make sure that you watch, because whoever gets that top spot is going to be your CPT qualified player. And there's even more, you know, second place still gets a nice consolation prize, and that top four is going to be a coveted spot. So a lot on the line here. Still another opportunity in the World Warrior afterwards if you don't get that first spot now, but you want to get it done today if possible.
That is correct. Now, we mentioned earlier that we're expecting a lot of different characters. We can talk about, you know, who to expect and which players to expect in this tournament that we'll be running today, as we're trying to get down to our final top 8 of winner's side and loser's side brackets. You guys know how tournaments work. We'll have that for you tomorrow. Today, we're going to be working on getting that actually nailed down. We have, just to go through the list of characters for you here that we are expecting, again, you know, could be a curveball in here, but we're looking for G, or maybe Cody. We're looking for Oro, Sakura, Claw, Ed, or maybe Sagat, Dan, and Alex. So pretty good list of folks that we have that we are expecting for you today. That's right. I don't know what your hands are doing over there, but
that's 9.
It's a pretty good list.
I almost ran out of fingers, and that's good when you're watching a Street Fighter tournament. When you need more fingers than you have to count the characters represented, that means that you're going to see a lot of different play styles, a lot of different character specialists, and just player expression. And, you know, I wanted to shout out Rob and Brian's argument, because I can very clearly tell when a certain player is playing just based on the combos or optimals that they do. I'm a very ABC 1, 2, 3 type of guy, and I don't think Sako rolls that way. So you know what, Brian, I'm on your side. If the chat, if you feel differently, press 1 for Brian, press 2 for Rob. And if you think Rob is wrong, that's also fine. You can press 3. So I know it's a 66% chance that Brian's right. But you know what? Shout outs to you, Rob TV, because I am looking for which players I will remember by their execution, because there have been times where there's a certain Ken player that's nice and warm in my heart. My Ken, I will always remember your Ken play because you're sick nasty, and I popped off every single time. So make sure that player expression is still recognized. Execution is important, and I want to see who really wows me today with their character and player expression.
That is the big question, of course. Yeah, of course. So as far as the first match that we're going to get going for you today, we're going to be starting out with Kalmal 09 and Legenda SF. So you can see the ages there. I always really like that we take an eye on that.
Yeah.
Because it's cool. You know, we have players who are, of course, in their teens. Kalmal is a representative of that, but not uncommon to see, of course, in CPT. But also not at all uncommon to see the 3 at the beginning of the 10s right there. Not even uncommon to see the 4 at the beginning of that either. And I just always think it's cool to see what a wide range of players can be effective in fighting games. Very cool to see. You also notice the region there. We have the countries represented. Of course, you have Ukraine on Legenda's side, and then on Kamal's side, we're looking for Bulgaria. You're looking for the characters there, expecting Ed, expecting Dan as well.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know if it's something in the water for this younger generation, but Ed has very high stocks. You have Ajax Fidelity, who plays the Ed. Obviously, Ending Walker, one of the strongest and most fearsome competitors in the world, rocking the Ed, recently winning UFA. And now, in this tournament as well, even more Ed representation, trying to get to the top. I mean, I never thought I would say this, but is there going to be the most Ed representation in the Capcom Pro Tour Finals versus, say, like a Luke? Because right now, Luke is definitely in the lead. Everybody has a pocket Luke. It's like everybody has a pocket Cammy before.
Sure.
But I can see Ed being one of those front runners as well, and this might be a determining match to decide that. And Dan versus Ed is what we're getting.
Sick.
I love watching Dan. People,
so cool.
people sleep on this character.
He's so good.
He's so good.
This conversation needs to be over right now. Dan is not good for Dan. Dan is a good Street Fighter V character. He's good. He's not like pretty good. He's a good character. I won't hear anything else. We got Trigger 2 and V-Skill 2 for Dan here, and we have, well, it seems for both here on the Street Fighter Duel stage.
Yeah, absolutely love this stage as we get into it. And yeah, Dan isn't something that we see typically, especially at this stage in the bracket. I know that we see a good amount of Dan play in Japan. So now, getting to see the V-Trigger come out immediately for the side of Legenda.
Looking good.
Oh!
The idea was there.
Yeah, it was. Great punish and awareness on the shimmy, though, and... Yeah.
Lovely to get to the other side first. Great idea by Kamal. Gets the knockdown out of the corner.
You have one more touch to do it after the shimmy. Now you got to guess. It's so hard, and the low forward will do it. It's going to beat grab, and it keeps you safe at that range, so you can't get too close. So love that from Legenda, keeping it safe. And actually, no, it's Caldwell. My apologies.
Really good fast hit confirm. Here you go. Ooh! Kamal gets a chance to do a lot of damage here, and a setup afterward, Oki will come. But there's a lot of resources on Legenda's side.
Yeah, might not even get to use any of it, and it's not even going to happen. No V reversal, no V shift, not even going to wake up with an EXDP. Just ends up losing without a fight, and that's got to hurt, especially in that position. You know, was really dissuaded from going for the reversal after the first one was blocked.
That's right.
And Kamal just ran away with it. And when you have all those resources and you just stop utilizing that option, your opponent's going to run you over. And that's exactly what we saw right there. Dan, we were just talking up how good this character is. He's good, but Ed's better.
Ed is a very good character.
Ed is a very good character.
I'm not going to disagree with you there. I think that's right. Dan is a character that you can really see personal expression in very well, especially with V-Skill 2 active. Yeah, there it is.
Finally.
Yeah, knockdown fully into the corner. He's got Oki here.
There we go.
Beautiful. That's what he wanted to remember in game number 1. Didn't quite work out before. He's got it here.
Again, still in the frames with the fireball. Gets the extra bonus. RNG on our sides. But now Legenda just waiting. So out of the range, but no!
That was sick.
Made the miss right
He's
there.
plus here. Okay, Kamal got out.
Yeah, and this is where it starts because now the V-Trigger's there, and you cannot afford to give up any more space, but Kamal back in the corner.
Tried to meet the opponent in the sky, the Legenda. Here's a jump out. EX should be dead. Might do it on the last hit here. Yeah. Legenda looking good. By the way, I really appreciate the colors he's got on there too. Good call.
Oh, they're amazing. I love the contrast right there, the yellow and the blue. Stay true. Yeah, just playing this mid-screen, just trying to go for that light poke in, but immediately Como not afraid to spend and challenge there, knowing that, you know, Dan's a little bit smaller on the normal side, so the reach of the Psycho Uppercut.
Baited properly, and now Kamal himself will get pressure yet again. Oh, lovely punish.
And again, the meaty comes out, and now just backing up on that space, doesn't really care about stun. Any mistake you make now on the side of Legenda will lead to set point for Como.
Could be sweep activated. Oh, that might have been the intention there, but the crouching medium kick got there first, so match point will come here in this 2 out of 3 for Kamal. Oh no! Yeah, you can bust them! And Legenda with a great punish. All the way into the corner.
Yeah,
The Bear's happy.
Oh, 100%. Didn't go for the shimmy this time. That's the first time in Oki, so I love that Legenda is changing their options consistently. But double flicker, it's so hard to try to challenge. Everybody just says sweep it at the right spacing. You're kidding me! What?
Yeah, the idea there was whiff punish, but again, just a little bit late.
Nope, not allowed.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I love that. And I mean, that's right after Kalmal has established that they're willing to do double flickers. So the backdash right there, Legenda was trying to escape and immediately read. And now Legenda is the one who has to engage. Any mistake and you die here too.
One more chance. It's not going to work out as Kalmal will take it 2-0. That's Legenda getting sent down to the loser's side.
Yeah, really good showing from the side of Kalmal there. Very patient, changed up the flicker pressure strategies. Went for double flicker, went for flicker backdash. Not only did they anti-air just with the standing roundhouse, they also did anti-air with jump back jab. So all the options were ready and available to stop Legenda's approach. We will be seeing their Dan more in the loser side, but you know, the Ed storyline continues.
Yeah, he's good.
Very good reactions, very good punishes on the with normals from the side of Legenda, and even in the moments where Legenda looked great, like there was a wonderful shimmy, just a little bit of a timing mishap where you weren't able to get the throw in the corner. And Kalmal, you know, you make those mistakes at this level and it just starts to all fall apart because you don't get those opportunities all the time.
I liked a lot of what we saw out of Legenda. Yeah, this, for example, I thought there were some great moments in there where he had good corner pressure, some good mix-ups, jumped in well, he punished well, but yeah, there were certainly moments where Kalmal, I think, stole his turn back in ways that he really then capitalized well on. Yeah, that was a great example of it right there. There was a moment when he had the charged fierce and then press light kick afterward, a little bit of a turn steal. So ideas like that were really big in allowing Kalmal to move forward, as you can see, into the winners semifinal.
Yeah, and right here, as you're seeing, you may be a little surprised, but that is going to be our top 8 bracket here. So Kalmal sitting on the winner's side, we will be seeing them play more tomorrow, and Legenda on the loser's side will be playing in the top 8 as well. So Dan, you know, you lose one, you get top 8. Not a lot of players can say that as they got through and they've had more matches to play in this region as well. So Legenda will get another opportunity to Dan it up tomorrow and show us how good the character can be. And yeah, I mean, there were those little shines of greatness.
Yeah.
Just a couple of, you know, it's a game of milliseconds, it's a game of inches. So
For sure.
if you miss that opportunity once, you'll get another chance later. And I still think Dan can shine, and so can Legenda. So really good stuff. We will be seeing them tomorrow, and even more matches today, too. So that's 2 of the characters, 2 of the 9 down that we talked about. And they were the expected matches. So far, our notebooks are highlighted correct. The teacher is happy.
We do try to ask the players, you know, a little bit about themselves and which characters that they're intending to play, so we're hoping that our notes are right. You never know. You never know. The second one that we're expecting here, the next match that we're going to be going into, will be Merkin versus RXS. Now, Merkin comes into this very highly recommended, currently first place overall in the World Warrior standings for the region, and last year, top 8 in the CPT. So has done great work over the last couple of years in Street Fighter V. He has been playing G, he says, since day number 1.
Wow.
Day number 1. But let's hear from his opponent first, RXS.
RXS, looking for hype moments and fun, and that is what the Capcom Pro Tour is about. Some of the best moments in Street Fighter have been produced through these events, and RXS, I hope you are a part of that history that is Street Fighter V, and you sure are playing one of the characters that can do it. So, man, you know, G, command grabbing all the way through, and Oro, I mean, we have our very own Brian F. on No Neutral showing us some of the sauciest Oro that we've seen in the business. So let me see what East Europe has to offer in the form of Oros. Are we going to get the Tengu Stones? And see who has first sin to get cast in stones. All right, that's what's important here, because who's going to get rocked?
Who's going to get dinosaur maybe?
Yeah.
Who's going to get basketballed? Look, you're not playing Oro with the other V-Trigger. I'm not even going to tell you whether it's V-Trigger 1 or V-Trigger 2. It doesn't matter. Oro has a V-Trigger.
Not 2?
He has a V-Trigger.
What if the secret?
Gonna be Tengu's.
What if the secret one gets shown today?
He's only got one, unfortunately.
All right.
That's the one that we're going to see from RXS in Romania. Merkin from Poland. And it is, again, don't even look at the left side there where it had the number 2. It's just the
There's
V-Trigger.
only one Roman
He's
numeral?
only got the V-Trigger.
It doesn't have numbers. It just says V-Trigger.
It's just got V-Trigger. Yeah, that's right. And on the other side, we mentioned it was G. That was what we were expecting. We were also told could be Cody, and it is indeed going to be starting out here. with Cody.
That is the mayor right there, all
Look,
right?
this character is very strong. I think that he's super, super good. He's been slowly getting better and better over the years in Street Fighter V, and at this point is extremely strong in my opinion. One of the best.
Oh, 100%. We've seen the likes of Momochi just do incredible things with this character, as well as many other players in the world shine to be mentioned as well.
Oh.
And Mirkin already capitalizing excellently. That jumping gave over 30% damage, by the way, one bar.
He definitely does big damage. He's got great Oki, great corner carry, got great anti-fireball tools, a great V-trigger. Well, two really great V-triggers, to be honest. Yeah,
Oh!
great confirms available out of this. You get a bunch of plus frames, huge normals.
Yeah, and that's one of the hard things that Oro really has to contest with. Doesn't have the best
Anti-fireball.
normals in the business, and that's from day one. And with all the gray health you're taking from Mirkin, one hit confirm leads to death, and right now Mirkin is just running away with this.
Yeah, RX is stuck. All right, finding his way out. Right back into plus frames. Now RXS. Oh, big punish opportunity.
And a big drop as well. But Mirkin, not being shaken up, just staying in that space once again, trying to be at point 0. Oh, EX Bingo connects, and the wall splat will end up in the game. Just such good damage off of these options, and Mirkin has been playing comfortable in that space, has consistently whiff punished at that range too. EX Bingo was the perfect answer there because that was the first raw one we had seen too. So loving that so far. Mirkin, like you said, one of the favorites for the tournament.
I think that's right,
last year, and Mayor's right there.
Looking good.
Looking good. Looking good. On the advertisement.
Yeah, I'd love to see a little bit more forward play here from RXS. We saw him trying to mid-range, and that can be effective, but the fact that Cody has such a great anti-fireball tool can really shut down some of what Oro would like to do from more further away. So, Mirkin, as we saw last time, RXS able to get the corner 3 grab. Oh, this time finally busting out. First time we've seen it.
Yeah, I love that. And again, EX Bingo comes in. The knife has been activated, and this is where we saw a huge swing before from Mirkin. Had the lead last time, and a little bit of a delay in the anti-air. I like that from RXS. Really changing up the double jump timing, but not out of the woods yet.
You're only giving him that rev bar. All right, it's fully stocked.
Uh-oh.
We haven't yet had a chance to see it come out. Will we? Will we is the question.
No,
Oh,
we will
no,
not.
it was a late V-rev. You got to bring it out as soon as you see that zonk. And unfortunately for RXS, as a result, it's his opponent's match point.
And the thing that was so rough about that, too, is RXS had complete control once they got to the corner, but Mirkin, when the V-trigger activated, this character came online in a different sense. Already strong and became even stronger, and now 2 sequences away from stun. You got to be so careful here as RXS. The reversal, and it does connect! Great decision from RXS on defense, trying to slow Mirkin down.
If you're going to try to get out of the situation, you might as well use a tool that's not crush counterable afterward.
Oh, yeah.
Mirkin looking for his way back in. He's been able to find what jumps in. He's been able to find... Oh, he's been able to just, unfortunately not deal that well with dash forward grab. That's been something, I think we've seen it 3 times now.
Yep, the lack of check on the grab, like you said, not able to play as well in the mid-range or full screen as you'd like because of the prowess of Cody. So rushing down has been working excellently, and that's the second EXDP that has helped with the escape. So RXS having a lot of success up close and personal.
Tried to meet the opponent in the sky, but Mirkin's got the jump in. Oh, I love it!
I got to walk forward throw too, no dash required. There we go, nice patience on the anti-air, and one more touch will do it. You have to be so
Tango,
careful.
please!
Yes, huge. This is what we were looking for. The hype moments that the CPT has to offer. Do you have the single tune combo? Do you have a reset in here potentially? And there it was!
Oh no!
Not like this.
Oh no! You might as well try it out. If you're Mirkin in that situation, and he did get it. Yeah, unfortunately for RXS. Well, what can you say? Looking for hype moments and for fun, and I'm not sure that's the kind he was hoping to find, but nevertheless, bringing out the fun moments.
Man, that's rough because RXS did get the reset there, and it was
He did,
all
he
right,
did.
cool, you're gonna win the round, and then one drop, one mistake, and Mirkin says, this is my hype moment. You did the right thing and lost for
That's
it.
right.
That feels terrible. The Mirkin, definitely favorite of the bracket, showing up on the top. But RXS, again, had these great moments, and it was those small decisions, those small mistakes that really paid off with the opposition. Mirken came out on top because they were ready, they were waiting, and as soon as the ball was dropped, picked it right back up and ran with it. Mirken feeling so good about that. And yeah, you'll see right here the tragic drop, even on the anti-air trade. It was a pixel and a dream, the Tango Stone combo that could, and you'll see the little red ball reset there.
You will.
And then the mistake at the end. Oh, that sucks. See, exactly, you were deader than dead, but the drop right there, and had more than enough Mirken capitalizing, so it is what it is. We'll get to see more of RXS tomorrow, where, you know, thinking about how we're going to shore up those issues and get a little bit more warmed up. That's what will happen. But Mirken sitting comfortably in the winners semifinals, awaiting their next opponent, trying to see exactly who's going to come out on top next.
That's our first 2 matches in the books here for the EU East. Let me tell you about something else that's going on.
What are you going to tell me?
Let me tell you about something else that's going on,
to
Jake,
me.
and
Talk.
everybody at home. Let me tell you about something that's coming soon.
Tell me something good.
The global version will be coming soon. Now, it's already available for download in China, but you may be aware that Street Fighter Duel is coming out to everybody else soon.
Wow.
Fight along with Ryu, Chun-Li, and Ken against the Suzaku Castle. Further into the Shadowloo City, explore the mysterious organization, experience the classic stories with all your fighters, and recall your memories of the original Street Fighter. Your street legend is now, / soon will be, back on track. Various fighting styles and counters, stuns, combos, and supers. It's an impressive array of fighting elements and associated combos that offer you a new battle experience challenging your combat skill. The epic legend is / will be reborn on mobile. Download Street Fighter Duel now and or in the future, and let's fight for each other and join the journey with millions of players to become the best fighter. When?
Soon.
It'll be soon.
Soon. But what we can do now is we can battle globally on the hit mobile game, Battle Cats. It's actually going to be featuring Street Fighter heroes. David and I were looking at this beforehand, and this is the most amazing thing ever. Do you see this? Those are long cats, big cats, good boys, bad boys, everything you need to see with Battle Cats. Street Fighter heroes are going to be in a special collaboration event coming November 28th through the 12th, so coming to a mobile game near you, and this is the one that you're going to want to go to. You can download and play the Battle Cats for free on iOS and Android to enjoy the Street Fighter crossover stages, characters, and other exclusive content. David and I got the cats at home, and now we got the cats on the phone, and we are going to be getting in onto that Street Fighter action because you do not want to miss out. And there's other players across the world that aren't missing out. David, tell me about these players.
Well, there's a lot of players playing Street Fighter V these days, and one way that they're trying to get into the Capcom Cup in doing so is, of course, through these CPT events, but another way is through the World Warrior program. There are 26 different regions with 26 different regional champions. You can see some of the partners involved there on the right side, helping operate these events. The events have been happening monthly. Now, at this point, we're getting towards the finals for a bunch of these. You can head on over to CapcomProTour.com for more information on everything that's going on. The current standings are there. If any of the regions haven't fully finished up yet, you can find out how to register for yours. But shout outs to everybody who's been involved in that, everybody who's been playing in that for the past several months. We talked about it earlier. Currently, first in points in this region, in the EU East, is Mirken. We'll talk about the other players who are up high in the points in the rest of this event that we have going on here. But it's been something cool to watch over the last half year almost at this point. Again, head over to CapcomProTour.com to find out more information.
Yeah, I absolutely love that Capcom is bringing the community to the FGC with these World Warrior events, and we have even more Street Fighter V to bring you soon. But I'm going to need you to hold on to your hats, get yourself a Red Bull, get yourself a water, because we need to go and play ourselves some Battle Cats real quick as we get back to the battles. That is Street Fighter V East Europe Capcom Pro Tour. So make sure you stay tuned. We'll be back soon.
Time to fight, time to fight. Never give up, we won't retreat. The ones who stand have turned to defeat. So fight, time to fight. Glory waits for those who fight. We unite, we are Street Fighters.
Hadouken!
Round one. Fight.
When you go looking for strength, it's not like a game. This journey doesn't have a real ending. Okay then, hope you're ready to begin. If you want to start off on the right foot in this city, hit the streets.
Yeah, hey there, I do this. Never fear losing. And when I get up in the game, y'all be improved. A real problem, but I solve them all face proof. And if you think I'm going forward, then you talking fool. Yeah, y'all wanna win, let me spin, boy. All done inside, I'm super fly like I'm hanging off the rim, boy. I've been winning for my kinfolk, and I put on for my city from the intro. Fight! It started from the ground up, training getting wound up, channeling the inner self and moving up and down, crossing over, passing around, for the time the clock can keep score. Years I never thought it crossed before. When I get tired on my knees, I gotta dig in it deep. I feel like I'm on the road, it really has got me. Since I went to win, no goodbyes. If you just did again, I'm out here scheming, riding around and dreaming. Once I get the feeling, nobody's
The top player is here.
Let me have some fun.
Ready? Then show me.
This will be a good fight.
if you wanna come and stand up to me, you know for me now. If you want to challenge to me, what you wanna go me now. I'm on the road to the top and I'm not looking back. I'm on the road to the top and I'm not looking back.
This is our destiny. My secret art.
Street Fighter 6.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Capcom Pro Tour East Europe 2022. We have this event and one more event to go for the final sets of the Capcom Pro Tour. Before we get to the finals, but without further ado, I am Jake Ryan, joined by Ultra David for these esteemed matches we have for the rest of East Europe, and it has been exciting so far. 2 people have moved on winner's side, 2 people have moved on loser's side, and we've got 4 more to go.
Is it still Ultra David? I'm a little disappointed. I
Oh,
thought people
yeah,
would
yeah.
have something else ready
I
in the
thought
wings.
Greater David. Or
I
like,
guess not. I guess it's I just will have to stick with Ultra David for the next 28 years, which is how long it's already been. Thanks a lot to 11-year-old David, who needed to make a name for AOL and decided on Ultra David and has been stuck with it ever since. It's going great. In this tournament, of course, we've already had 2, as you could see. Our next one that we are going to be bringing out here is going to be Get Blame versus Shivo. We are headed to Poland for Get Blame, to Slovakia for Shivo, and we are expecting Sakura versus the Claw.
And you know what's funny? I know you mentioned it before. You know, you see a lot of 3s in that first sign right there. 34 versus 19. Before it was 34 versus 18. So it's the new generation versus the older generation here in Street Fighter. Sakura versus Claw. So Shivo going to be representing the Young Guns and Get Blame on the other side with Sakura. Again, more character diversity that we've seen. And we're going to see what these players have to say before we get ready into this match, the head-to-head.
Get Blame says, I keep my expectations low, unlike my damage from random crush counters. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Now, you may think that since the age was up there that Get Blame's been around the block. But actually, Street Fighter V is my first Street Fighter game.
Wow.
Is what he let us know. So thanks a lot for that. That's very cool. As far as Shivo Vega was the first character that they picked when they were around 12 years old, playing Street Fighter II Champions Edition.
Wow. So you know what's wild?
That math is not working out very well in my head.
That doesn't. I mean, maybe they had Champions Edition. Like they can get it at any time.
I guess that's true. You can play it today, for example. That's very true.
Yeah. And that's wild because even though they're younger, they've been playing Street Fighter longer. And
there you go.
That's how life works sometimes.
There you go.
Because we can all pick up our World Warrior journey at any part of our lives. And that's what's beautiful about fighting games, because anybody can pick it up and anybody can succeed at any point. And we're going to see which of these points wins here.
It's all about the journey.
Oh, yeah.
All about the journey. And also the result. But it's all about the journey. But it's about the result today.
Yes.
And it's going to be Sakura, as we're expecting, versus
say.
Vega.
They all get $5,000. No. The winner will get the lion's share, and we're trying to see who can make sure they get a place at the top of the table.
A couple of the best movement speeds in the game here. Very fast potential match.
Oh, yeah.
Great buttonsy play. Oh, lovely jump forward, and Claw can really dish it out. Yeah, in a proper jump-in situation, even meterlessly, can really hurt.
Yeah, and again, the anti-airs are looking good from Get Blame so far, and Shibo going to be taking a huge confirm here. Not a lot of damage from Crush Counter, but just damage in general. No randomness needed. Oh my god, you're dead? Get out of here. That's right. Wow.
That's right. Sakura.
La Paga. Get Blame. I thought it said La Pega, and I was like, let's go. Nice.
Yeah, looking for jump-ins. Again, you can see how much Shibo was able to do with damage. Oh, we talked about those random crush counters. There from Get Blame coming out to play. Shiva trying to reset the situation a little bit, looks like. I'd love to see more of this. Yeah, why not? You got a 1/3 screen plus on block normal in that medium punch. Might as well go to that a little bit rather than just jumping.
You know, I'm really happy that Shivo has I was gonna say has the restraint to not raw slide, and immediately as I think it happens. I'm sorry. It's in the blood of Vega players.
Yes.
Oh, and you're done. You had V-trigger to cancel, but did not opt to, and actually didn't spend. Doesn't matter. Get blamed. No one to blame here. Gets the first game on the board with all resources. Doesn't carry over to the next round. That would be nice, though.
To the next game?
Yeah.
If it carried over, would that be nice?
You just get an extra set of bars.
It would be like an RPG where you're just like leveling up constantly.
Did you know how many EX butt slams you could do? The smile on his face. He's like, I could do 6 in a row. Jeez.
You have won a convert today.
You have my attention. Again, the anti-air has been consistent every single time. Shivo needs to figure out a different range for that jump in. Maybe poke a little bit more, but it's not looking good. Oh no, and there it is once again. Did not activate as well. Just been raw sliding with no insurance.
Yeah, there's some characters where you can kind of make that work against, but Sakura with that stand light kick, even at really far range, is going to be really tough to find that exact spot.
Yeah.
So match point now for Get Blame. Yeah, again, I'd love to see more of the stand medium punch range. That has found the mark quite a bit.
Yeah, exactly. It's the money button right there, and you got to keep utilizing it for the money. And again, the jump-ins are not working. Every single anti-air from Get Blame has been good, and now the corner pressure begins. You have to be so careful here. Trying to escape again. Air to air into the big counter hit. Gonna be super damaged. Not gonna kill. The one touch, one guess. I'm expecting a shimmy.
Oh, big call out. Maybe expecting a jump at that point. Maybe expecting a hurricane kick. Hard to say, but Shivo is stuck in the corner now.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, okay. Understanding the opponent's just frozen. Get Blame, move forward, and found the solution.
Yeah.
So it is Get Blame who moves on in winner's side, 2-0.
Yeah, and I mean,
Looking good.
at that point, I know the rule is to take the throw, but you have to have the willingness to challenge, especially in that dire situation.
Yeah.
Because in there, it was just a stare down, and Shivo didn't really give themselves an opportunity to challenge or escape. Also, there were many opportunities where Shivo had the V-trigger to, cancel the slide, keep himself safe, didn't come out.
That's right.
And there was just so many overextensions, and Get Blame didn't miss an opportunity, did not miss a beat. Could have potentially just gone for stun there on Shivo and gotten the kill, but takes the damage, didn't really read the meter correctly, but Get Blame still coming out on top in a super convincing fashion, so we're going to be able to see Shivo a little bit more tomorrow in the loser side versus RXS. And just like that, we have one more set to go for the first day of East Europe as we see which of these players come out on top, winner side and loser side here. Man, oh man. But yeah, still love to see the claw. Got to see some utilization of the standing medium punch. However, every jump in was answered excellently from Get Blame, and the Sakura was on point.
Next match that we're expecting here will be Shady Imposter versus Rizenebe. We are moving on. Shady Imposter here from Poland, Rizenebe from Czechia, and we are looking for Alex versus Akuma.
This match can be so explosive on either end. Whichever character gets the initiative first can just run a train, depending on if Akuma is going for the V-trigger 2, V-skill 2. There's a lot of different options that you can utilize there. And then the command. We've all seen the clips on Twitter where the coins are coming out. Alex is having a great time. Every read's correct. The chops, the dives, you name it. Shady Imposter. Can you show us a ton of Twitter clips today in East Europe? Because we were talking about hype in the in Street Fighter and the Capcom Pro Tour. Command grabs get me excited like no other. That's all I'll say. If it's not me getting exactly. If it's not me getting SPD'd and scooped, I'm totally fine. I'll enjoy it. The smile on this guy's face. He's grabbed a couple of victims.
It's happened a couple of times here.
Couple of times here or there. He's take 30%. I earned that. Right?
As far as that dude Alex goes, he can do fun stuff.
Oh, he sure can. He can do one of these.
He can be a silly fella, but he's also just very strong and very fundamentally sound character this season, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's really strong. He has really had almost all of his issues ironed out from previous years. Over the last couple of years, they've really given him some nice buffs.
Yeah.
So I really like seeing Alex pop up in situations like this. Not the first time we've seen him in a CPT stream.
Yep.
They've really been showing up a little bit more frequently, and that's, I think, to be expected. He's doing good work in a couple of the Street Fighter leagues. Like he's out there. He's out there. So good character for sure. As far as Shady Imposter, the player told us that Street Fighter 4 was his first fighting game.
Oh wow.
So been playing forever, I think is the technical way to approach that at this point. For Rizenebe, the fact is, I started playing Street Fighter V, his first fighting game, 1.5 years ago.
Wow. I mean, hey, the amount of time you play, it depends on how hard you work. And with all the footage and everything that's available nowadays, anybody can get to that level if they put the right time and dedication in. Because if you do the right practice, you can get the right results.
That's right.
That's what we're going to be trying to see here. It's forever versus 1.5 years playing the game, and what a matchup to do so. Alex versus Akuma. Akuma, obviously not the cream of the crop anymore. Still very strong character, and I feel like that is easy to say about a majority of the cast. And then, Alex is a mainstay as well now, with heavy hitters such as Problem X really thriving on the character. So now, let's see. Can the man whose bones are made of glass survive against the heavyweight Street Fighter legend that is Alex? The headband is on tight because you're going to have to hang tight to see this hype. Let's see how this goes. Gil in the back. Entertain me. Oh! Immediately.
Yeah, very early to bring it out. Oh, okay. It was teleport startup it looked like.
Yeah, that was some,
Grabbable again!
Yikes. Uh-oh.
Understanding right away what could be the problem.
Oh, no.
And Shady Imposter has come out swinging. What a start.
7 golden letters. We got the yellow on the screen, just like the yellow in my hair. We are blonde and ready to party. Gil's like, thank you. I needed more bleach for my hair.
As a result, we didn't see too much of the intended neutral play out of Resinebe. He was just really dealing with Shady Imposter, like walking up and getting command grabs. You can check Alex when he tries to come up and do that stuff again. It's not free on regular command grabs, but I'm happy to see now more of the neutral aspect of Resinebe's play.
It is still no neutral November, so I completely understand. And
Hey.
wow, oh wow, I love that. Low crushing right there on the throw, keeping yourself safe. But
Oh, out of here. See ya.
the airplane special, I gotta grind.
He wanted that activation. Here it comes. Yes.
Uh-oh. This is so scary here, too. V-Skill 1, V-Trigger 1. Full stick of butter. You cannot make any mistakes. Resinebe will melt. Ooh, lack of punish on that back pierce there. Interesting.
Shady Imposter waiting it out. He is locked and loaded.
A little
Ooh.
early. Yep. Still stuck in the blocks, and Resinebe comes out on top there. Only had to spend 1 bar on the side of Shady Imposter, but we got ourselves a match.
A lot of good normals for Alex at that range. Crouching strong is great. Stand meeting kick's great. Hey!
Nice.
Oki will come. Okay!
Yep, had the bar, busts out in that situation. That's the first Oki that we've been able to see. Resinebe go for that. Goes for the tick throw. You got to guess again.
Boy.
One more chance.
Oh, yeah, okay. You can really see. Okay, buddy. All right, buddy.
Got to wind him up.
When he lands regular command grab and then dashes forward, you can check him there. That's not a free moment for him. And so I'd love to see Resinebe press a button, right? It's scary because I think the intention there at the last moment was to press a button, checking an Alex who's dashing forward. But Alex can press roundhouse. You can just do meaty elbow. So there's things that Alex's will do to make you not always wake up buttons naturally. But man, if you see that dash forward, you can really check him.
So what you're telling me is that you can tell which Alex is playing by, I mean, which opponent is playing against Alex by what button they press?
Absolutely.
Wow, that's wild. Who would have thought?
Absolutely.
Shout outs to Rob. But right now, Shady Imposter.
I'm not involved.
Shady Imposter doing a fantastic job against Resinebe. But yeah, there we go. Resinebe utilizing the VP to anti-air, but still stuck in that same situation. Very little resource and no escape from this pain. Set point, Shady Imposter. Looking so good on the Alex.
Not looking like much of an imposter at all. It's looking like the real deal. This is a range that he's done great at. Oh, lovely anti-air for Resinebe. But yeah, this range again, you know, there certainly are tools for Akuma here. Fireball's an important one. We've seen him counter poke a couple of times. He can also just be in and out and get whiff punishes too. He's got great walk speed.
Yeah, I want to see a little bit more of like the standing heavy punch.
Sure.
To deal with the chops.
Medium kick would be great.
Yeah, medium kick is fantastic. Now stuck in the corner again. Trying to escape. Continues to try to use that forward fierce to negate throws. Deal with Jimmy. But again, not getting any real estate, and has the full stick of butter, so V-Trigger is imminent. Critical Art to do a lot too. There it is, the activation.
Okay, out of there, Shady Imposter. Oh! He needs a little bit more.
Oh!
Walk up command grab. Rather than walk up crouching light kick, walk up any button, which is really what Resinebe was looking for. It was walk up command grab.
Wow.
And just like in round number 1, which he really dominated through command grabs, he ended it with command grabs as well. Shady Imposter looking good.
That was some magnetic hands right there, because it just felt like Resinebe shimmied himself into the command grab at the end. And Shady Imposter, the rounds that looked good, they looked great. They were Alex rounds to a T, a perfect on the board as well. Resinebe did have a moment here or there where the punishes were on deck. A couple of anti-airs that weren't followed up appropriately to maximize damage, but I don't think it would have made too much of a difference. Shady Imposter seemed to have the read almost the entire set, and the moments that Resinebe did try to challenge Shady Imposter changed up the Oki options excellently to just lock down Akuma. And when you don't have a lot of health to work with, you don't have a lot of opportunities to make mistakes.
Again, very good work by Shady Imposter. Yeah, kept his eye on the anti-air well. Kept his eye on Oki very strongly. A huge part of his victory here.
Yep. And
Yeah.
there,
Great
that
awareness.
that was the nail in the coffin because the V-trigger fireball kept you with that false sense of security. And Alex has an answer. Really good fireball negation. So
Totally.
go straight through with the knees.
Great work. So that irons out our top 8.
Oh, yeah.
And we can show you the bracket as a result. So Shady Imposter will have moved forward in winner's side. Winner's semis will be Merkin versus Get Blame and Kalmal versus Shady Imposter. Loser's side, RXS versus Shivo and Legenda SF versus Rezinebe. Again, I really like seeing the character variety that we have here. As you can see, there's quite a good variety of countries as well represented. Thanks a lot to the players for having shown up and played great.
Yeah, I absolutely love it, and this top 8 is going to be a blast tomorrow, and I've had a pleasure watching all of these players play today to determine who gets the winners and losers side for top 8, and East Europe has one hell of a region to represent, and all these characters also get represented in the hit game that is coming out globally soon, Street Fighter Duel. You need to make sure that if you're in China now, you can download, but Street Fighter Duel global version is going to be available soon. So make sure you fight along with Ryu, Chun-Li, Ken against the Suzaku Castle and your Street Fighter legend, because now it is back on track. You need to use all the skills at your disposal to make yourself a epic legend in Street Fighter Duel. So please do not miss out on Street Fighter Duel. Once again, when is it coming, David?
It's coming soon! And soon, pretty soon in fact, is going to be the last one of the CPT events pre-Capcom Cup. That'll be December 3rd and 4th. CPT North America East, which will be happening, of course, here on Capcom Fighters. You can head over to capcomprotour.com for more information. As you can see, registration will close November 28th. That is Chex Watch pretty soon, so make sure that you do so. capcomprotour.com. We're all looking forward to that one. Should be a barn burner.
Oh, yeah. And if you've got a little bit of fight money to burn, you need to make sure that you get on those Street Fighter League Pro JP 2022 team costumes. They are now available on PlayStation and PC. All 45 characters can represent the colors and logos from your favorite team, along with the costumes. A special title, Street Fighter League, is also available for purchase. For those of you who want them all, there's a deal going on right now. The SFL Pro JP 2022 All 8 Team Costume Bundle contains every team's costumes all in one purchase, with a portion of the bundle revenue being distributed to help support each team. So if you're a fan of CLG, if you're a fan of any of the other teams being represented, maybe you're a Panda fan, that's not the place where you're going to be buying, because this is all JP teams. I'm a US at heart. Sorry.
Well.
What am I going to do? I got ahead of myself.
You did. Were you talking about the Street Fighter League just now?
I was.
Wow, what a coincidence, because Street Fighter League US is also back. The action will continue, of course, Friday, December 2nd on Capcom Fighters. I've been watching all of these, man. I've been catching each of the streams the morning after. I'm a YouTube guy. You know, there I am the next day. I'm eating breakfast, and over breakfast, I get to watch some of the very best Street Fighter in the world. Not just, of course, for the US one, but I've loved watching the Europe one. The Japan one's been great. Tons of really amazing matches. It really has been a blast to watch. So please make sure to continue watching Friday, December 2nd at 4 p.m. Pacific time is when you can catch it live, but again, you can also watch it later on. You guys know Capcom Fighters on Twitch, on the YouTubes, everywhere. Please check it out.
Yep. Make certain that you see all the players showing us the peak of their abilities at the
This guy right
pinnacle.
there.
Oh, yeah.
This
I
guy.
love watching him play.
Yeah. He's
So
very, very good for sure. Shout outs to Fidelity. All right, cool. Well, that is going to do it for our broadcast today. We have narrowed down the top 8 here for the Europe East region. Again, you can see all the different characters that we have on deck, a bunch of different players as well, and we'll be getting through that full top 8 bracket tomorrow. Thanks a lot for joining me.
Oh, yeah. It was a blast. I mean, our any percent... Actually, no, this was 100% top 8
It sure
qualifier
was.
speedrun, and I think we hold the title. So if any other commentators want to shoot for the stars, you have your duo right here, because nobody does it faster
That's
than
right.
Jake and Ultra David.
That's what I've
Greater
always
David.
said.
Greater David.
Thanks a lot for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you at the same time tomorrow.